We are halfway through summer. Still got plenty to do. Still got storms coming, for God's sake. Feels good, it's also incredibly sluggish.
Have you been in a sauna before? That's generally how you feel in one. Nope, now you're growing opium, huh?
I'm growing muffins.
Yes, actually.
That all that poppy is used for.
As far as cooking, yeah.
I can think of one other crafting recipe that does use it.
Is it opium?
So I have this battery pack, which I got during one of the other 50 storms. There's this tunnel that leads away from the bus. This is where we came from. There's actually a battery-powered lockbox hidden in here. Shove in a battery, and we get a note. This is a long quest chain. You remember that rainbow shell we found at the start of the season? The one that I found the entire summer. I'm pretty sure I hung on to it for this specific purpose. Because I do need to sell it in order to add it to my shipping list. But I knew I would need to do this. We need to bring it to this specific box at the train station.
I didn't think that this was available this early.
It's pretty much only available in summer because you need the batteries, which you can only get during the thunderstorms, and you need the train station open. Unfortunately, we need to wait until fall before we can grow beets. And also, we don't even have access to beets right now. We need to find them elsewhere.
Oh, that might be what I'm thinking of.
So I believe this is Maru's first heart event.
Beth takes a big mouthful. Yep, that's dirt, alright.
Yep, that's poisonous.
That or just immediately spits out a detailed chemical analysis.
Demetrius is like the only person in town who would say Beth's name by the numbers.
Yeah, actually, I don't know why that works, but it does. Being a robot should automatically increase your friendship with Maru.
Unfortunately, he also calls everyone else by numbers, so we have no way to tell if he just knows or...
Luck.
Awkward.
Yeah, I found something to title this episode.
Aha!
The weird dad is Demetrius.
Yeah. I'll give you that one.
Best is non-confrontational, though. She probably grew up in this equipment. I don't think you needed Maru.
There's the jar she was born from.
Except for my leg, that's over there.
Those were built out of wood.
You need a lot of wood and stone to make anything. Some of this, highly unnecessary. For the purposes of the LP, I will be building at least one of every building. Just to say I have.
Including the murder dome? I mean, slime hutch.
Oh, yes. Nah.
Ah, Sebastian. Stop being such a shut-in.
Dear future husband, let me in your room. Surprisingly, I haven't needed to use my watering can that much this summer. He says bitterly.
Well, yeah, it's rain like every other day.
Yep. I just deal with my lot in life.
Clint's dialogue might be the worst.
Yeah.
Have you actually done all 4 of the dialogue options for him that follow with that in this LP yet?
I think so. At the end, he was just like, yep, my great-grandfather's a blacksmith, too.
Yep.
Do you measure a pufferfish in length or radius?
Circumference, actually.
I feel like that'd be difficult, because it just penetrate the tape.
Makes it real easy to hold it in place. So, you got a rare crow, which I completely approve of.
Yeah, I don't know if we've seen many of them. There's 8 unique scarecrows in the game. Some of them you buy at festivals, others in that case you get just by doing things around the world.
Well, it was fun watching that fish give up on life. He's the official mascot of 2018.
So I think this is one of the few non-Bachelor Bachelorette heart events. Or it could be. Clint has a connection with one of the other bachelorettes.
If you can call it that.
He inhabits the airspace of another one. In fact, you could see her at the top of the screen. She hasn't gone anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
She's just hiding.
Best as a feminist.
Watch Clint immediately fail at that.
I heard my name being thought.
Big and cheesy.
I will also have a yes.
Okay, and would you like anything to drink because you're in a bar? And that's your problem. Anyway. Mind if I sweat on you?
Did you just wet yourself?
No, then it would be a yellow drop.
Oh. Here's your beverage.
On the floor?
And yet it is counter height.
It is Shane.
They actually figured out how much he drinks every night before he passes out, and they just give it to him all at once now.
Yep, you're doomed.
Clint will never get with Emily. No matter what you do. You can't help him. I did not mean to do that.
Now. No murdering the other patrons inside the bar.
Shane's pretty easy to befriend. Let's check out the steel watering can.
So much nicer.
Weirdly, it goes 5 spaces. But yeah. That extra 2 spaces speeds things up considerably regardless.
I guess there's nothing saying you have to stick to the classic Harvest Moon 3x3.
But it's just a weird progression because the next upgrade is gold, and that does a full 3x3 square. And then the final upgrade is 2 3x3 squares, so it's 6x3. So it's just the second upgrade that isn't divisible by 3.
But if by the point that you have the 3x6 watering can, if you're still using a watering can, you might be doing something wrong.
That's true, yeah. By that point, you should be sprinkling your face off.
Oh, look what you don't need again today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so sashimi is an interesting thing. Sashimi will use any fish for that recipe. You need a fish. It doesn't matter how important your fish is, how special your fish is, how valuable your fish is, it makes the same darn thing. There's no star rankings on cooked items. So if you have a fish that you're really proud that you got and you're really hoping nothing bad happens to it, don't cook sashimi.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Amusingly enough, the things that count as fish include things like snails.
Yep.
I think clams you find on the beach, which I would assume are just empty shells, but no, there are fish in there.
I mean, you've yet to name anything I won't eat raw.
Lobster?
Yeah. Oh, now I got it. It's a pretty good use for those crab pots. Like, you just set them in that pond on your farm, and every day there'll be a fish in there. It won't be a big fish, but, like, there'll be snails, there'll be shellfish, and you can't use those for sashimi. Sashimi are really good gifts for most people, and they're Sebastian's favorite.
I might be totally making this up, but I don't think tilapia are wild.
I think they can be wild, but they're generally farm-raised. Nice.
You are having a lot of luck this playthrough.
I really am. That's pretty nice. That allows me to warp to that statue at the beach from anywhere in the game world.
It is a single-use item, it appears.
Yes. There's something very late in the game you can build that allows you to warp there at any time without being used, but by that point you don't really need to go to the beach ever.
Alright, so you appeared excited about that item.
I got pretty lucky there. I'd been trying to catch that ghost fish forever. It's a unique type of fish that only shows up in the mines. But also, that red quartz I found, the fire quartz, usually you find that much deeper in the mines. And you do need that for a bundle, so that was pretty nice, and then I somehow dropped the sword on my foot.
I mean, those little jelly monsters were terrifying. Sorry, that's all the plot you get for now.
Look at him, he's so happy.
He speaks in wingdings,
Pretty much.
or the same script my doctor uses for prescriptions.
Fun fact, if you're at risk of passing out over here, like you are starting to approach, if you pause the game at this point, the Junimo will continue to walk, and time will not tick.
Huh. This is the one time a Junimo will actually stick around with you. You finish a bundle, he goes to his little hut, brings out a star, and adds that to that pedestal in the back. The boiler room is a really good room to finish, because that night the Junimos will fix the minecarts, and that's sort of the fast travel system of the town. It doesn't go everywhere, but it does cut down your travel time considerably.
So, side note, will the name of the thread be Stardew Valley? I got pretty lucky here.
Might as well be. Haven't started the thread yet. Oh, look at all the dead things, damn it. Thanks, thunderstorms. It's yet another one, for fuck's sake. So I got pretty lucky in everything except the weather.
Did you build your farm on an ancient Indian burial ground?
Maybe.
Or maybe just because I came down from that alien ship, there's more static around me. I don't know how space works.
I don't know enough to contradict you, so I agree completely.
Don't think I've gotten 5 gold star melons yet. It's running a little tight.
5 gold star melons, is that part of the 12 days of farm miss?
5 gold melons.
And I think at this point it might be too late to even plant more. Because I think they take 13 or 14 days from plant to harvest, don't they? Unless you use like a speed grow.
I'm either using a speed grow or pretty much everything you're seeing on the farm is melons. Stocking up on preserve jars. These have a little algorithm to greatly increase the profit you get from whatever you stuff in there. It doubles the base price of the fruit or veggie and then adds 50. And later the kegs will do even more. I could be going just for pure melons. That would do the trick, but I like to vary it.
And no, from a completionist perspective, you do not need to make jelly out of every single piece of produce.
No, you only need to make one jelly, and that counts.
Though they do not stack in your inventory if they are based on different produce products.
Right. In fact, the traveling merchant will just occasionally sell generic jelly. It won't even be flavored, it's just jelly.
Huh, I don't think I've ever seen that. I think these might be the first Omni Geodes you've had, at least in any sizable quantities.
Possibly. Omni Geodes, they're the same as every other geode, except, true to their name, they can have anything you can find in any geode inside of them. Yeah, I got lucky again. Tiger's eyes are pretty rare, and I think today is Sam's birthday. And Tiger's eyes is one of his favorite gifts.
Nerd. Just playing video games.
Got a big friendship boost, 3 hearts. So we should be getting a couple heart scenes with him.
Yes, Sam is in fact a bobblehead.
Yes.
Yeah, we're in a band. We don't have any songs, or a drummer, or musical ability.
We're going for the Grammy.
We exclusively play Meghan Trainor covers.
Sure it's not Wonderwall?
I can play the first half of Stairway.
Not Stairway to Heaven. It's this folk song called Stairway.
I just sampled an escalator. Badly in need of repair.
So, you get to decide what style of music their band is going to play, and in a later cutscene, we're actually going to see them perform a song in the style you chose. I'm an indie-minded guy, so of course they're doing noise rock.
I will pay you good money to dub it over with a MIDI of All About That Bass.
Not until I see that money, fella. They're gonna be screaming something. And I think it cuts directly to the next heart event. As long as you're in the place where the heart event starts. This one is one of the few where it's like, yeah, the writer of this game doesn't really have a knack for it quite yet. It's one of those weird, awkward, contrived things. Oh, you know, my bone broke. That's the jerk response.
Why was he handing you a raw egg?
Hey, don't knock it till you try it.
You first.
I've eaten a raw egg. You watched me eat that steak tartare.
That is true.
You next.
Oh, my petard. I've been hoisted.
Yeah, a lot of the heart events that involve somebody else coming in, there's like this weird dynamic of the answer that will make the person happiest is not always the best thing for a person to do.
Yeah, it's you trying to please them, basically. There should be an additional dialogue option of, why the hell am I here?
Yeah, there are a few of them where you're literally just standing in the corner and they notice you like 3/4 of the way through the scene. It's like, why were you just standing in their living room? This is creepy. Stop that. Go home.
And that just turns into LA Noir.
Finally. It's been a long time since I recorded this footage. Oh, yeah, you don't fucking say.
Thanks, that would have been useful, 17 days ago.
I feel like the storms happened mostly in the first half of the season. Then again, let me look ahead at the other videos. Part 10 is called Summer of Storms, so I'm probably wrong.
Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do.
Careful. Do not have your axe or your pickaxe equipped. If you accidentally swing it at any of your crops, it will break.
Wow, those are some strong crops. They break a pickaxe.
The crop will be broken.
That makes a lot more sense.
I got a good lineup of crops today, though. And more batteries.
Just shipping loose batteries.
They're worth a lot of money.
I mean, it's organic free-range electricity.
Yeah.
I've heard of battery farming, but this is ridiculous.
Hey, look at that. 5 gold star melons in one day.
Doggy!
Dog.
We can see this doghouse in the town as we're walking around. We never see the dog except for in this cutscene. Usually it's just these red eyes.
Is the dog also a jackass?
We don't see much with the dog.
I do like how it just says dog. Not beware of dog, or the dog's name. Just, there's a dog here.
Dog written in blood, apparently.
Alex has a surprisingly tragic backstory.
That portrait does not match that dialogue option.
Yeah. His portrait also doesn't match his hair.
Yeah, it doesn't. I never noticed that before.
The dog's father was also an abusive alcoholic.
The dog's father built a fenced-in area with no gate so the dog can never leave that tiny little box. Also, the box is clearly this side up and it's not even facing the right way. Duh. He's excited, but he's not going to move towards it.
Give him the goddamn steak, Alex.
What achievement did I get for that? I think, yep. There's a few achievements based on doing help wanted requests.
I was so convinced that the last achievement I was going to get was the highest tier help wanted requests. I was so wrong. Yay!
There we go. We're pretty close. I think we'll have that done before fall even comes around. Oh dear.
I probably asked this before, but how far down does the mine go?
120 floors.
Oh, you're pretty far down then.
Yep. Oh. I dropped my ladder.
He's not hurt, just very disappointed in you.
I must have good luck today.
It's a lot of ladders. You can choose. The worst is when you have two holes and you need to try and guess which one of them is going to drop you farther, and there's no way to know if you chose correctly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, one of them has a goat behind it.
Nope, can't fit.
Combat boots. Is that an upgrade from what I have? It's pure defense. I'm more concerned with defense than immunity from status effects.
Yeah, status effects really... They're not going to be the death of you. If you're dead enough to get a status effect to kill you, you were dead anyway.
Yeah. It's like the only one that's really serious is there's a later enemy that will cut your defense. But it's a really quick status effect. And the amount of damage they do, it seems like it's about as much as you would get anyway. No.
Gotta get down to that multiple of 5.
It really sucks when you get to, like, level 74,
Yeah.
and you've killed everything, but you're so low on health that you're just not able to find that last stairwell.
That's when you start frantically crafting bombs and just dropping them.
I appreciate that those skeletons take their time. I don't know if I mentioned, they're pretty obvious references to early Stalfos in Legend of Zelda, because they throw boomerangs. Or rather, I think they throw their bones.
That is an extremely morbid form of attack.
And yet they still have arms to throw the next one.
Well, you don't start with the arms, start with, like, ribs. And there's so many of them, you can't possibly need all of them.
Time's getting close. I think that's the first time we've seen them in rooms shaped like this. There'll be... I'm guessing that's a bag, but it looks more like a guitar at the top, and there's coal in there, like the mine carts. Oh, last minute didn't make it.
Ah.
And as it fades out, you can see my money being taken. I also passed out in the mines. I wanted to say thanks. That's pretty nice.
You're the 8357 neighbor.
Well, it paid for a little of my medical bills. This is such happy music.
Pretty good.
Does the music on the farm change by season? I know the music in town does.
Yeah, there's like 3 themes for every season. I like to stock up. Most of these I'm not gonna put to use. I like to have them on hand for preserves and for turning into wine and what have you. But mostly I like to have multiples of 5 or so that I've got nice backup both for preserves and for wine, but also for when I need ingredients for when I can finally start cooking, or when I'm getting low on cash and I'm really close to needing a crap ton, so I can just shove a chest full of crops into the shipping bin and get a nice windfall the next day. Void mayonnaise. It's some interesting stuff, and we can actually make our own after a point.
A thick black paste that smells like burnt hair.
Yeah.
Fun fact, if you are wooing Sebastian, the ingredient for void mayonnaise is his favorite ingredient, and most people love things that you craft. Don't craft void mayonnaise and give it to Sebastian, he will spit it out and hate you. I never understood that.
Did you miss the bit about burnt hair?
Ooh.
Nice.
Marble's cool. It's one of the few things you get from geodes that you actually use in crafting. Only like for one thing. It's a marble pillar. But it's kind of cool.
I think that marble pillar was the very last item I crafted in the craft log, because I could not find a second marble. I had found one, and I gave it to the museum, and then could not get a second one.
I think it's one of the last things I craft too, because I am getting all the achievements. The crafting thing is like one of the last things I do in the whole LP, though. Because you don't really think about it. Most things you can craft are just decorations. You don't really need them.
And I assume you're getting all achievements but one.
Yeah, I'm not getting the hidden achievement for Journey of the Prairie King.
Yeah, okay, just checking.
I did actually manage to finish Prairie King, and that's good enough for me. So I got that achievement.
That is a victory in and of itself.
Yeah.
It'd be great if he said that on his own birthday.
I was about to say, is it his birthday?
Nah. I think his birthday was in spring. But yeah, he likes hot peppers. So does Shane, also. Oh, it was his birthday.
Not busy enough for ice cream.
Look, if you took a break from dancing with me to eat ice cream, free ice cream, I would not blame you.
You'd steal some, though.
Yeah.
So even though I don't hang on to the gold crops for putting to use, because that would just be a waste of money, I do sometimes hang on to the silver star ones in cases where I'm pretty low on the regular crop. So it's just a backup. In cases where I'm able to put more, say, melons in there, I will just go and sell the silver ones.
I think that's pretty similar to what I did, except I stored everything, in a place where it actually makes sense to store food. Instead of boxes on your porch.
I'm not sure what that noise is supposed to be.
That wasn't one of you?
Well, it's like in rain, it'll either be a frog, which doesn't sound like a frog, but you can kind of tell. It goes, but I can't tell what that is.
Is there a guy outside your window watching you undress?
Bess doesn't undress.
Nope, she sleeps in her hat.
It's actually all molded to her.
Her alien body is just made of cloth and hat.
I kind of like this. When you befriend Shane, he'll give you stuff that he stole from Joja Mart, including a fully cooked pizza.
That he stole a while ago.
That letter from Shane is especially interesting if you get it later on in the story.
You'll have to remind me when whatever story beat you're referring to comes up.
Oh, I will.
Here's another contrived character event.
What's up, guys? This one I think is actually not a hard event, though.
It's a character event for Demetrius. Best is a scientific person.
What's the saying? Intelligence is knowing tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not putting it in a fruit salad.
We're 20 years into our marriage. I'll try to get better.
Thanks for shutting my wife down. Serves her right.
Oh, finally. It's raining, but it's not thunderstorming. I just noticed. I will accept that.
Yep, that's the one that I didn't finish until year 2 because I didn't have any melons.
Surprisingly, Demetrius is being very easy to befriend. We are both basically aliens.
He is a weird dad, after all.
Mm-hmm.
Heart event! That means you can actually go in there now.
Hooray!
Why would you want to?
Yeah, that would be rude. Sit tight, I'll be with you in a second. Nah, fuck it, leave. Compliment the book on the floor.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it looks an awful lot like an iMac.
Well, there is a picture of what I assume to be either a blue Goomba or Vivi from the Final Fantasy series on the wall.
I think it's just a big baby bottle.
It's hard to tell, but I can tell right behind Sebastian is actually sprite art of the farmer from Harvest Moon.
Ah, look at that.
I believe he's canonically called Jack.
That's the fan name. The canon name is Pete.
That's a dumb name. I'm sticking with Jack.
Yeah, Jack is a lot better. I kind of relate to Sebastian. I'm surprised at how much my parents respect what I do online. Because I do Let's Plays as a job, essentially.
I just surf the web all day at my job.
Probably the funniest thing that ever happened, I went to jury duty a couple years ago, and I had to put down what my job was, and I had to explain that I do this, and surprisingly everyone was really interested in it. Like, they even asked me if I had to be brought on into a case based on this, could I be counted as an expert? I'm not done with your room.
The radio's not plugged in. He only listens to John Cage music.
If you're lucky, you might see a frog in my room. We might do something with the Solarian Chronicles later.
Is that a tabletop game?
It is a tabletop game.
He's my new favorite.
And you get to play it. Not you specifically.
Oh.
Ooh, this is a lucky find.
Nice.
Found a diamond. Ooh, look at this. When you get down to level 80, you basically enter hell. Yeah, alright.
Bye, old boots.
New old boots.
You have dug too deep, too greedily.
Now we're at the point where we find gold ore. And it still goes down considerably deeper, so we'll get plenty of gold. I'm still at the point I'll need plenty of iron. Sometimes I might have to cycle back a bit. The enemies are much tougher here.
That was a kind of disturbing squishy noise.
Yeah. On the plus side, this is about the point... Well, for one, we start finding Omni Geodes everywhere. But also, these guys, they're called Void Spirits. They drop Void Essence. We've been getting Solar Essence all this time, and we're also getting Gold Ore now. Those are the 3 ingredients for the best bomb you can craft. So once you're able to craft it, which I think requires increasing your mining level, as long as you're down here, you'll keep getting the ingredients to make it easier to go further down.
Oh man. Gotta find that last staircase. Also, those things look like they were plucked right out of Earthbound.
Kinda.
What was that?
A great big rock.
That was a bat.
Yes, but why did it squeak?
No, that was a bat.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think I made it. Or maybe I did, and I didn't need to show it.
The world may never know.
There it is again.
More lightning.
Hooray.
They're showering you with something. I don't think it's good fortune, though.
Maki roll is something I need to make for another bundle.
For us. No, you need to make it for us. I'm hungry.
And in New Jersey. I wanted to say thanks. I just can't.
Linus is a good man. He doesn't charge you.
I want to know how he got that far down.
Or he stole your money and is blaming it on some shadowy figure.
Of which I have killed many, to be fair. But I think it's about time I built a barn. I need a lot of barn animal produce for the bundles.
You know what that means.
Time to start naming chickens.
No, it's a barn.
We have chickens.
Oh. Time to forget all the stuff we recorded 6 months ago and get some cows.
They're not that spherical, but they're cows. That looks like I casually walked by and just slapped the trash can down.
Whoa!
Oh, nice. Iridium ore is the maximum upgrade ore. You need 25 of them to make 5 iridium bars, which you can use to upgrade. But hey, lucky find anyway.
also extremely radioactive.
It's looking like it right now. So that guy at the bottom is a little annoying. He's like a void shaman. He does one of 3 things. He'll heal enemies around you. He'll also attack you with, I think that's called Jinx. That's the spell that greatly cuts your defense. And I think he has a 3rd magic attack, he just didn't do it. Though that might actually be it. Thankfully, he is much weaker than the other void spirits. Not dealing with that.
Noped right out of there.
Are you gonna let the mayor know that demonic ghosts live under his village?
Oh, he knows. Sometimes he asks you to go kill a few things.
Well, he only asked you to kill the slimes.
That's true.
You find those on floor 1.
Sometimes you do specifically get requests for the fire slimes.
That is true. The requests you get for those depend on how far you've gone down in the mines, so I will start getting those now. This is a cool floor. I'm not sure if it's always going to be this floor, or if it's a definite that you'll even find this, but you can find floors just filled with mushrooms. The red ones are poisonous, but the purple ones are like super healers. They're also worth a lot of money.
If you can find one of these, and you can always tell if it's a mushroom floor because the lights will be green.
Ah.
If you can find one of these when your foraging skill is maxed out, you can make a ton of money. Also, in any given day, the mushroom floor will remain on the same numerical floor. So you can warp out and just keep warping back in and out and pick up the new mushrooms that have respawned. And I believe the algorithm is that every day that passes, the mushroom floor moves up by 1 floor, skipping elevator floors and only staying within a certain min-max.
That is wild.
Yeah, so if you know that today the mushroom floor was on 84, tomorrow it'll be on 83 for the duration of the day.
Damn, I wish I knew that. That's like deep cut trivia. I'm a little worried, because the enemies do a lot of damage down here.
Yeah, but so do you. Bit of a glass cannon at the moment.
Little bit. They have much higher defense as well. Oh, finally. Those rock crabs can occasionally drop regular crabs. We're well beyond the point of that being useful. I've already finished the crab pot bundle, but at least there's a recipe that uses crabs. Ooh, lucky find.
Nice.
Cut that one close. Pretty much bleeding out of my eyeballs.
Check your inventory before you open the chest.
Got a really good sword.
Quite a bit of an upgrade there.
And obsidian can actually be made extremely sharp.
Apparently you fished that day.
Apparently. I didn't catch anything new. The slime egg press is something we're not going to deal with very much. You need 100 pieces of slime, and then it combines it together in an egg. Then when you build the slime hutch, you're able to hatch it there, and then go on from there. You can't really hatch it anywhere else, though. It needs to be in a slime egg incubator.
You do not need the slime hutch to hatch it, though.
No, you can craft an incubator and put it somewhere else. Say, in your house. And then you can hatch a slime, and your spouse will react to it and be terrified, and I think they will kill the slime.
I guess that seems a little unwise.
You can also hatch them in the center of town, and they will occasionally just talk to the townspeople. Completely normally, by name. Hey, Pam, how's it going?
It's just part of the game's programming. Because there's not supposed to be enemies there ever. But if people walk past each other, the dialogue box will come up say, hey, name of the person in front of me. I tried doing that, but I couldn't get it to work. I set the incubator right next to the doctor's house, but the slime ended up going up like into the playground and nobody was ever up there.
Oh, yeah, and you can't, like, bring them back. And I don't think they respawn in a set spot to reset after you leave and come back or anything like that.
Nah.
Slime just wanted someone to push him on the swings. Is that so wrong?
Maybe the slime is trying to help you find secret.
You only need to go where it was and butt stomp. You'll get a moon.